Hey guys, Jamie the Submarine Channel, welcome back. So today we're going to go ahead and make an exfoliating lip scrub. So the cool thing about this lip scrub is it's emulsified. So the difference between this lip scrub and one that's not emulsified is you can make one with just sugar and oil and it works. The only problem that I have with that is you typically lean over the sink and you're really trying hard to get it to stay on your lips. With an emulsified lip scrub, it's going to stay on a whole lot better so you don't have as much of a mess and you get a better exfoliating than you did if you didn't have an emulsified lip scrub. This one's going to be a whole lot thicker and it's just going to stay together a lot better. Another cool thing is because it's emulsified, it's going to go ahead and rinse off a whole lot easier than if you didn't have an emulsifier in there. I did put the full recipe for this down in the description box below. I also put a link to my blog, so on my blog I go a whole lot more in depth about all the ingredients, why we use them, everything like that. So if you want to learn a little bit more, if you're interested in substitutes, feel free to hop over to my blog and that is all available on there. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in and make our exfoliating lip scrub. So let's go ahead and take a peek at our ingredients that we're going to use in this lip scrub. So the first one is going to be sugar. Now sugar is our exfoliator and we use that to slough off the dead skin cells. I wouldn't recommend swapping this out for salt or something like that because inevitably when you're using your lip scrub, you're going to get some in your mouth, and sugar is just a little bit nicer than salt when you get it in your mouth. Our second exfoliator is going to be jojoba beads. So jojoba beads are actually made from jojoba oil and they're completely safe to go down your drain. It's not going to be plastic clumps or anything like that. And I really love the pop of color that the jojoba beads give to this final scrub. And then we're going to need a carrier oil. So I'm using jojoba oil because it resembles the sebum that your skin makes naturally. However, your lips don't make sebum, so adding the jojoba oil is just really brings this up to a nice moisturizing level. Typically I say stay away from the more expensive oils for rinse off products, but this is probably the exception to the rule. Next we're going to have some stearic acid, and this is to go ahead and make it emulsified. The stearic acid really changes the consistency of this recipe. So it changes it from being very loose and kind of falling off to more of a butter-like consistency. Next we have some vitamin E oil, and we use that to extend the life of our oil. Also, it's good for your lips. Just a bit of mica powder. Now this is completely optional, but make sure that you get one that's safe for your lips, right? You don't want to use a mica powder that's not intended for lip use. And then I have Monkey Farts flavoring oil. Now this is kind of funny because it actually doesn't have a flavor, just a smell, and it is lip safe. So you want to make sure you're using lip safe flavoring oil. And this smells absolutely amazing. It's very fruity, but you can swap it out for any flavoring oil that you would like. So what we're going to do is go ahead and pop the stearic acid directly in with your sugar into a heat-safe container. And then at the same time, we're going to go ahead and add the jojoba oil into the sugar and the stearic acid. And then we're going to go ahead and turn our stove onto a low heat. And we're going to put a double boiler on there. So what I do is I add just a little bit of water in here and then also a silicone mat just to protect the container from kind of flopping around. And we're going to place our sugar mixture directly on there. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and give everything a really good mix, and we're just going to heat this until the stearic acid is completely melted. Now, while you have this on the heat, you're going to want to make sure that you're coming in regularly and giving it a really good mix. It's not going to take very long at all for the stearic acid to melt, but just make sure that you're coming in, giving it a really good mix and keeping an eye on it. Now, the reason why I add the sugar into the heat phase is I just feel like it gives you a better fully mixed consistency than when I leave it out. So the sugar is not going to turn into like a syrup or anything like that. We're not going to let it heat up too much. I just feel like it incorporates a little bit better when it's mixed in with the oil and the stearic acid in this way than doing it separately. So now that the stearic acid has melted completely, I'm going to go ahead and pull this off the double boiler. Now when I take it out, I'm going to wipe the bottom with a dish rag. When you pull this off the double boiler, you're going to notice that you'll have a layer of oil and then kind of a layer of sugar at the bottom. Now, another reason why I don't like to put the sugar in after we heated the oil, I like to put it in at the same time, is we don't want to put too much cold into the stearic acid mixture because then it can just clump up on you. So I kind of want to have as many heated ingredients as I can in here just to make a better finished product. I'm going to go ahead and add my mica powder. And I'm going to mix that in very well. Now it's going to take a little bit for this to cool down before we can add our other ingredients. So we can't add our heat sensitive ingredients like the jojoba beans, and we don't want to add them at this consistency because they're just going to kind of sink down to the bottom. So we kind of want to let this thicken up a little bit and turn into an emulsified sugar scrub before we add the rest of our ingredients. So you can come in and just keep stirring this periodically until it cools, or we can go ahead and speed the process up a little bit. Go ahead and make an ice bath, which is just a few ice cubes and a little bit of cold water. And we're going to set our mixture right in there. Now, when you do the ice bath, you're going to want to make sure that you're mixing the whole time to really incorporate the ingredients together. This is just going to cool them down a lot faster than if you left them on their own. Just kind of speed up the process a little bit. And you want to be careful making sure that you scrape all of the sides really well. As you can see, it's really starting to set up here. And you don't want your ice water to be so deep that it goes into your scrub, right? Because we're not using a preservative, so you just want a little bit of ice water on the bottom just to speed down the cooling process. And then we'll go ahead and remove it from the ice water. And we're going to wipe all of the edges off with a wash rag just to make sure there's no water on the outside of our container. Now I made a little bit too much scrub for the container that I'm in. So I'm just going to pop this into a deeper container that's going to make it a little bit easier for me to mix. I was making kind of a mess there. Okay, that's way better. I can get in here and really mix it. I just made too much and the container wasn't deep enough. Now at this point, if you want your scrub to be a little bit darker in color, you can certainly add some more mica. I think I'm fine with this color. It's kind of like a pinky red, but I would add it now if you want it a little bit darker. I'm going to go ahead and add the Monkey Farts flavoring oil. And at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and add our vitamin E oil. Now the reason why we wait until this is cooled down before we add those is both of those are heat sensitive ingredients. So you can't put them on the heat and you don't want to add them to your scrub while it's still very warm. Now this still has some more hardening up to do. As you can see, it's still in a pretty liquid state. So what I'm going to do is just pop it back on the ice bath for a little bit until it cools down all the way. So we'll just go ahead and pop it back in the ice bath until it cools down a little bit more. And same thing, while you have it on the ice bath, we're just going to continue to mix it. That way it's cooling all the way through. We don't just want the bottom layer to get cooled down. We want the whole lip scrub to be all the way cooled down. Now you don't have to do this. You could certainly just leave it on the counter for a little bit and it's going to cool down on its own. I just wanted to speed it up a little bit for the video, but either way is completely fine. It's been just a few minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the ice water bath. And as you can tell, this has thickened up more. It's not like it's frozen or we left it in there long enough, just enough to cool it down. And as you can see, the consistency is way thicker. Now I'm going to add the jojoba beads, which is going to give us a nice splash of color. The reason why we didn't add these sooner is because if we would have added it like when it was hot, the jojoba beads would have melted. And then if you would have added it when it was too like thin of a consistency, the jojoba beads would have just all floated down to the bottom. So this way, when we mix it in there, you get a really nice even mixture of the jojoba beads. And then just grab whatever container you're going to store this in. And go ahead and scoop it in there. And I can't get over how cute this is. So I just kind of want to show you the final consistency of our lip scrub. So as you can see here, it is quite a bit thicker than what you normally get with a lip scrub, and that's because it's emulsified. So when you're using this, it's going to be a whole lot more able to stay on your lips and not create a big mess where you're having to hover over the sink. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy making and using your lip scrub as much as I did. Bye!